If I give you a remote control, one that can control everything, what will you use it for? Michael is an architect. He has a beautiful wife. A lovely, well-matched couple. But recently family conflicts are growing. Because Michael is a workaholic, he doesn't come to his son's swimming contest. He also doesn't come to family gatherings. Pushes the responsibility of the family camping to others. The wife hopes that Michael can spend more time with his family. But Michael can't do much. This is not the first time they argue about this. Originally Michael is already mad. In the end, when he takes the remote control to turn on the TV, his son's airplane toy flies and hits his face. The remote controls are messy all over the table. He gets it wrong every time. Michael is completely mad. He goes to buy a multi-purpose remote control in the night. Walking into the shop, he goes straight to the bedding area. Conveniently lies down on the displayed bed in the store. Rolling over, he sees a room says multi-purpose object. Walking through the door, through the dark corridor, he sees the weird store owner. The other person sees and knows right away. Michael comes for the remote control. The owner takes out the newest remote control. He says, "You look like a good person. Good person needs to rest. I give you for free, but you can't return it." Coming home, Michael finds out this is not a normal remote control. It can not only turn on and off the TV. Even human can be stopped. It can also control the barking volume of the dog. Even fast forward, skips through the boring waiting time. Turns out, this remote control can not only control the appliances, but also time and space. They are all in the control of this small object. The next day, he finds the owner for an explanation. The owner tells him to press the menu button. The result is the whole background changes. The two of them come back to the last Tuesday. Seeing them working, another press, they see themselves be born. The owner tells him that he just needs to use the control to jump to any phase of his life that he wants. Now he has this magical thing. It's like he has the power of God. He can teach the naughty kid next door a lesson for his son. The noise of the kid, he can choose to fast forward. The time directly turns into the quiet night. He also fasts forward the family gathering. Straight to the time he works alone and stops. When he is so sick and uncomfortable, he directly fasts forward to when he recovers. He doesn't want to shower with cold water when he wakes up. He also fasts forward to when he is ready to go. When he encounters someone he hates, he mutes them. He doesn't like traffic jam. So he fasts forward to the first ground of the company building. His expression is not good. He can even adjust the skin tone how he wants.
Don't get the hog angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
If he has this magical thing, he should use it at the most needed time. He decides to use it to do a big thing. If he has a superpower of controlling everything, he decides to hack his life. His superior promises, if he can keep this group of foreign customers, he will be promoted and get pay rise to the peak of one's life. So Michael uses the remote control, overhears and translates the conversation of the partner. After knowing their requirements, he can easily take the deal. Michael is excited. He buys the gift that he promises with his son for a long time, as well as the bag that the wife wants. The suddenly romance from Michael makes the wife remember the song that two of them listened to in the first date. Michael says, "I remember," and presses backward at the same time in a blink of an eye. The scene becomes the scene of his first date with his wife. "Will you still love me tomorrow?" Young Michael says, "Forever, my baby." Michael admires himself living like the brother of Wolverine. But he can date such a beautiful girl. Back to the present, he not only says the right name of the song, even remembers his wife's clothes and hairstyle. Michael loves the small thing in his hand so much. The next day, his superior plays dirty and doesn't keep his promise. Michael can't see that, brings the remote control to him and presses pause. Aggressively let out a breeze of cruelty. Michael disappointingly walks home. The kind wife, knowing her husband is not being promoted, is about to return her bag and son's bike. Hearing his son's heartbroken cry, Michael can't stand it. He fasts forward to the day he is promoted. He fasts forward to the day he is promoted. His wife's best friend turns out to become the boss's girlfriend. The event happened in this year. He is completely unknown. Because this year, he is automatically led to by the system. The next part of Michael's life starts to mess up. Their golden dog becomes a butterfly dog. Turns out in 1 year that he fasts forward, the dog is dead. He cries brokenheartedly. But everything is already too late, no matter how far he throws the remote control away. Even if he steps on and breaks it, eventually it comes back into his hand. He can't change back the control of time and space. He starts to scare his life of fast forwarding. Doesn't kiss his wife or have a shower. Because if he does that, the system will also automatically fast forward. So he is wearing pajamas. Rides a bike to work. Unexpectedly his superior walks in. Says that the boss want to promote him. He is about to decline. The notification sound of the control rings up. He enters the fast forward process again. This time as 10 years later. Michael's career has a new achievement in 10 years. Lives in an admirable big house. But he becomes an ugly and fat old man. His son is greedy for food but crazy. Becomes fat and stupid. The image of an elegant daughter is also nowhere to be found. His wife is also remarried with someone else. In 10 years, he misses a lot of things. He doesn't want to lose his wife. Wants to make up for her more. Opening his eyes, he is in the surgery room. He got cancer. They take out his excess body fat. At that time, he is the president of the company. His son also becomes handsome. He assumes that he did the surgery. His son says, this is the result after running every day with his stepfather. He embarrassingly invites his son and his parents to a meal. But his son says, his grandfather died long time ago. Michael can't accept the time that he missed. He presses backward button, to the last meeting with his father. At that time, he was working. His old father came in. But he didn't even look up. I love you, son. That was the last sentence his dad tell him. After saying that, he sadly leaves. Michael standing next to it can only keep replaying the I love you, son sentence of his dad. He cries like a baby. Finally presses pause. Kisses his dad on his cheeks. Replies, I love you, dad. The show is fast forward and not stop. In a blink of an eye, he comes to his son's wedding. Seeing his old mother. Seeing his daughter calling someone else dad. He loses control over his emotions and gets heart disease. His son and daughter always protect Michael in the hospital. Michael, after waking up, hears that his son want to cancel the honeymoon to go on business trip. He takes out all the tube on him. Riskily chases after him in the heavy rain, falls on the street. His family members see that and run over. Michael uses his last strength to talk to his kid.
Family comes first. Family comes first.
Also holds his wife's hand and says sorry. He takes out the napkin that he keeps always.
Forever and ever, babe.
Finally Michael dies in the rain. When he opens his eyes again, realizes that he is lying down on the displayed bed in the store. He fell asleep, everything was a dream. He is still him in his youth. Michael excitedly looks at his old car. He drives to his parents' house in the night. Going back home, hugging his wife. Also telling the kids. They will go camping the next day. Everything is so wonderful. Finally, he sees the note that the owner left for him. On top it's written, good person needs to rest. This time you decide very wisely. The story ends here. This is the movie, Click, which was aired in 2006. It's originally a fictional comedy film. With high grade of 7.7 on IMDb. This is actually rare. In life, sometimes you are unsatisfied. Also hopes to quickly overcome it. But time is like a textbook. We don't have time to flip it again. Before hurriedly rushing to the exam place. Even if they forget. Human life is like a dream. It can't be repeated, also doesn't need to be repeated. We only need to seriously live our lives. No matter if it's argument, hopelessness, happiness or mad. It can all become meaningful. Let's appreciate life, appreciate the one besides you.